Welcome back to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 3, Chapter 148. We're picking up in the howdah, mounted on the back of the great Shantak Verivas, as he flies up through the vacuum of space and towards the moon. He is soaring at ludicrous speeds, but you feel no evidence of your motion outside the cocoon of the howdah, just as you can breathe perfectly. You're perfectly comfortable in your 2 rows of benches under the draping purple and gold silks. Dabs with Dora up front, Dora with a tiny little Barnabas fox curled up on her lap, Vic and Gripper in the back. Everyone's in good health for the most part. Gripper and the Dabs are both still stuck with a point of dex drain each from the foul denizen of Lang mouths, but otherwise, folks are doing all right. As the surface of the Dreamlands retreats farther and farther, and the massive white orb of the moon, taking up way too much of space in front of you, starts slowly to grow a little bit larger and larger. You've got some time here.
I feel like we need to make sanity checks.
So there's time here if you wish to
let's make some
reflect
checks.
and plan, make some checks. First of all, let's talk a little bit about what we heard and learned last time. Dora was conversing with a malicious fairy creature, of course, whose entire thing was less about clearly parceling out information and more about reveling in what it processed as a delicious cat and mouse game between you all and Weirly. And you all walked into every single moment of last session with a series of assumptions that were not based in reality and were very self-reinforcing. None of them they all made sense. Like, I know why all of them happened, but they did lead to you all processing things that were happening in kind of a weird order and or not at all.
You could just say that we're stupid.
No, I am giving that caveat because, like, the things that you assumed were not off base. It's just that I think that they did force you to not really process what was happening as it was happening until we were kind of all done. So let's just talk about what we did walk away from that conversation having learned. Now that we know, hey, we can talk to Mr. Wanderlust. Hey, he does have some information that he can impart as long as you're polite with him. And we didn't, thank goodness, because I almost had a heart attack, we didn't kill the Shantak, which was your only way to the moon, although that was the first immediate idea. So what did you walk away from that conversation with Mr. Wanderlust having picked up?
The main thing that I got is that we need the Yellow King.
Don't let him die, whatever you do.
Yeah.
I think he said he's your ace in the hole.
Yeah.
Just like Weirly has hers. And you learned for fact that Weirly has no idea where Neruzavin is, even though that's where she's trying to go.
Yeah.
But she's got her ace in the hole.
But she doesn't have the information either.
And who's our ace in the hole, Paul?
The flea.
Yeah. That was at the very, very tail end.
That's the end of the Clarice Dr. Lecter conversation.
So the implication here is Weirly knows that the only way you all can find out where Neruzavin is by the Yellow King leading you to the Mad Poet. She's got some ace in the hole in the material world, which is this flea that we now have met, and this mysterious purpose of the flea that even Paul's character does not know has now been revealed as apparently it knows where Neruzavin is or can in some way help Weirly there.
Knocked off Dabs, got Neb in the party, and...
Yeah, heyo. That would have been quite some story.
Excuse me. Quiet.
But she also... Weirly didn't just kill YK.
Maybe she can't.
Okay.
Or because if YK was just dead, then she wouldn't get us, which is what she wants. She wants us to suffer.
Possibly so.
Most people that we assume want us to suffer don't actually really care about us at all. That's the other thing I've picked up from the last several episodes.
Yeah, the whole like your whole family and the generations of your family will suffer and I will grind them under my boot. Like that, I kind of think is still probably relevant.
Wasn't that pre-new and improved Weirly?
Well, Weirly came back.
She's been through some stuff.
newly empowered by Haster. And it seems like she's on some mission from her god that seems to be first priority.
Yeah.
Although, to Johnny's point, it absolutely seems as though she has not forgotten about you or has any plans of forgetting about you. It's just that she's got to do whatever she's got to do in Neruzavin first. And by getting YK away from you, hopefully, probably from her point of view, to a place where you'd never find him, the hope was that you simply could not follow her to Neruzavin.
Yeah.
And we know that YK is being held by Arknar and Yathkep, the Moon Beast brothers.
Yes,
for
indeed.
reasons unknown, whether it's for payment or trade or just because they like to keep people prisoners.
We have never actually really made knowledge checks on moon beasts, I don't think, because we were always talking about them in relation to the figurehead of the Bloodwind.
But we do know that they are not the ones that molt, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. What we know about them now so far is basically that they're originally from the moon. They are slave lords in Lang. That every time Wirelai has gone back there, she has been held prisoner and enslaved by the moon beasts there. So they are creatures that are powerful enough to enslave denizens of Lang on their home plane. Let's make some rolls here.
So it's slavers slaving slavers.
It's a vicious cycle from top to bottom.
Is it safe to assume that Barnabas can't do this check right now?
Why would that be?
Because he's in fox form.
Oh, he can.
He can?
Yeah.
Can he still communicate when he's
telepathically with Dora? It's still going.
Right!
What's the check?
This will be a dungeoneering check.
Then I won't do my burst of insight.
These are some terrible faces. What do we got?
I got a 3 on the die for a 14.
I got a 5 on the die, also for a 14.
That's
13.
Oh my God, y'all.
We know nothing about moon beasts.
You know basically what I just have told you.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Are we in a level before?
Absolutely not. Hey, let me, since we're talking about them and we won't get any more information, I'll just show you that sweet, sweet picture of them again. These giant, blobby, four-legged, tentacled,
Sucks.
awful things. Look at that. And I made another one. Here's to scale, so you can just see exactly what we're talking about here.
Oh.
Yeah, so they are large
I have
size.
too many knees.
Yeah.
There are so many fucking joints on these things, and they're big, bulbous, kind of porcine,
Shoulders?
elephantine, and they have an elephant trunk coming out of their face surrounded by 13 tentacles, basically.
Always 13?
I guess so. They have no voice or eyes, yet they see. This is amazing. I love that you know nothing about moon beasts and you're going to their prison. I never would have anticipated this.
Although Vic does want to pitch the thought that one of us could be hypnotized.
Oh, you've got time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you wanted to attempt to do that.
I do want to attempt to do that.
And also, do we know how long this trip is going to take?
Hey, Veribus.
So, we have left the atmosphere. And as the wings had started to move slower and slower, yet somehow you were flying faster and faster, you've been doing a little chatting amongst yourselves. Vic leans out and calls out to Verivas, and you see a little twitch of his head, and
Is he
this
asleep?
So this giant purple slimy dragon kind of turns his head back, and you can tell it seems to have slowed its metabolism down to nearly nothing. It sort of turns back to you, gives you a kind of a bleary side eye, and then looks forward again, unable to answer.
Which of Dabs and Barnabas has the worst will save against mind-affecting enchantments?
Will is a +10 for Barnabas.
Also, what's your dungeoneering?
9.
That's a will save of 13, 11 engineering.
I have an 8 in dungeoneering plus 1d6.
What's your will save?
It is an 8.
Then I think I should hypnotize Vic.
Yeah, sounds like
since
it.
it's the easiest save.
So draped across the back of the howdah, Vic lies back over Gripper's knees as Dora takes out the crystal and starts dancing it in front of his face as her ion stone endlessly circles her head. What check is this, Katie?
It's diplomacy.
Okay, what's the DC on this?
It's 28.
28, all right.
I got a 50-50 shot of making this.
And this is an ability to give him a chance to re-roll a failed knowledge check, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. It's been a while since we've done this one.
And that one was definitely a fail.
Oh, yeah.
With a +4 bonus
If you succeed.
if I succeed.
Great.
So here we go. 37.
Hey!
Nice.
When you're having me sort of go under, is there anything in particular that you say or help me sort of focus my mind on?
I think it's more like, don't look at the stars, just look in my eyes. Like, the situation where we're trying to do this is so weird that I think she's just trying to keep it between you and me and shut out the rest of the world.
Get back to basics.
Yeah.
So you can make
trust
your
you.
check with it. +4 bonus.
That is a total of 21, and I'm going to spend an action point because that's garbage.
Roll twice.
5 and another 5. So that is 26.
It's not great, Johnny.
The check or
The check.
what we're about to learn?
No, the check.
These
Okay.
are crazy pants things. The DC is much higher, I'm sure.
So when you all typically roll pretty high on these, and I kind of go, oh, they know 3 or 4 things. Great, I'll just kind of pick. You're not getting much here, so why don't you give me just a little bit of direction of what would be of most interest to you, and I will steer in that direction for the 2 pieces of information that you know.
I think that Vic would probably want to know first any kind of weaknesses, and if it didn't have weaknesses, then particularly dangerous abilities that it has.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. So these things treat denizens of Leng like cattle. So their weakness is just not something that they have. They are incredibly beefy. Their saves are great. They have no voice or eyes, but they see and they can project their thoughts into the minds of anyone they're aware of with their extremely massive blind sight. You are aware that in addition to 2 claw attacks, they are able to take up to 4 attacks with their tentacles. And if they hit with at least 2 of them, they rip wisdom out of you.
Oh.
Wisdom drain if they hit with more than 2 tentacles in a round.
Well, you can't get blood from a stone.
Heyo. And then Vic, being who he is and who he has been in the past, I think Vic would recall that these creatures are effectively amorphous blobs, completely immune to all precision damage and critical hits.
All right.
Yeah. You're aware that they have a package of spell-like abilities in the vicinity of manipulating shadow stuff, manipulating light and air and sound and temperature and so forth, and also manipulating minds. They are mind controllers.
Awesome. I mean, that's
That's a problem.
That's a massive amount of information that you gave us for a shitty roll, so thank you.
Yes, I'm trying to give you as much flavor as possible without giving you specific spell-like abilities and stuff like that, but I think it gives you a sense of what you're up against.
Good thing there's 2.
Maybe we can separate them. Perhaps a wall of stone.
Dab a cast their wall of stone for the day.
Half an inch thick.
It was 2 inches thick.
It's a domain spell, so I could sacrifice another spell in order to cast it.
Oh, nice.
Should we try to rest? See what happens?
I mean, there's no reason not to.
You
Or is it just not
woke
resty
up.
time?
Yeah. I mean, you are what, half hour into your day here?
That's bad.
It's ludicrous. So yeah, for
So
a while.
no-
For a while, it is unclear how long this will take, and I'll say basically after well over an hour, only at that point do faint details on the surface of the moon start to slowly take shape. Like you can make out now Rather than it just being a big ball of white light, you can start to make out vast craters, perhaps the faint hint of mighty mountain ranges and dark black blotches on this otherwise pale gray pallor like globby lakes or oceans of some sort of black nepenthe liquid. Sink into those inky black waters, and very little of your mind or memory would ever return. You know, at least at this point, that it's going to be hours. However many that means, not quite known yet. How do you want to spend this time, and what are the four of you reflecting on as you soar through outer space towards the moon?
Dabwick's way out of their element.
There's no city anywhere within thousands of miles.
Remember the first time you ever flew in an airplane and really noticed the veins of the city below you that was your home?
Yeah.
You know, this is Dabwick's experience.
And how thin the walls of that plane really are.
Yeah,
And the
right.
walls here are just silk.
Right.
Well, Grip didn't like any of the things he just heard about the moon beasts. That's what he's reflecting on.
Dora, as she idly strokes Barnabas's fur, she's actually still pondering the question of what would I ask for, and what am I willing to sacrifice?
Mm-hmm.
And she's after all of these madnesses and delusions, she is formulating a hypothesis that makes her a little uncomfortable, but feels closer to potentially correct than anything else that has ever crossed her mind.
I love that this is coming to her while she's stroking Barnabas. It's perfect. Like she is sinking back into her Act 1 self. Yeah.
And that is that this is Tima's body. She is some other entity that has stolen it.
Dora is.
Yes. She wonders if
That when Tima first appeared, what she was speaking was the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That even though when Tima first appeared, didn't know anything more than...
But she was insisting that...
Yes.
That Dora took her body from her.
Yeah. But there's, she's trying to fit the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah,
They don't always go.
They really don't.
The biggest thing is that when they went to the Mad Poet and had all their memories erased, here was this vessel with nothing in it, waiting to be occupied. So just because Dora wrote the note to Eric that was tucked inside the violin doesn't mean she did it in this body. And she wonders but she also has no memories pre-entering this body. So what the fuck could she be that could do that?
Right.
What kind of creature? I almost want to make a knowledge check, if I can, planes or something. It would be like, what kind of creature could do something like this without leaving themselves any memory of what came before? Could project herself and her personality and her own total lack of memories into another person's body and subjugate that person to the point where they are only able to come forward at her discretion and only for like a minute a day.
Could Dora have been
The old woman who's ringing the bell?
the dark passenger all along?
I don't know. If that's the case, then that might be why she has no memories pre-Briarstone either, because she was inhabiting this body in a smaller way.
Right.
I think about that and I wonder if, in piggybacking on your thing, if she was sent by the prisoner to get these bodies
I'm
to go
wondering
and
if
do
she
something.
is the prisoner.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I had a thought a while back that I haven't completely given up on yet. But after the Wailing House, after the return to the Wailing House, I started thinking, is Dora Daria?
Give me a
I think
knowledge
Dora
planes check.
could
and,
also be the
knowledge-
Briarstone Witch.
Give me a knowledge planes check and a knowledge dungeoneering check.
I'm not trained in dungeoneering.
Okay. This would be the time to use that once a day ability if ever there was.
I have already used it today.
Oh, there we go.
And I only got a 28.
If she's voicing any of these thoughts aloud, somebody else could certainly help with this.
Or how long
this
is...
sounds like she was...
Oh, I would have used the burst of insight, though.
Okay.
So that's a 32. Wait, 31.
That's on planes.
Yeah.
I can do a dungeoneering check on this if that's...
Certainly. Should be...
You'd be musing about this
Yeah.
out loud?
Okay. There's plenty of time.
Yeah.
All right.
Deborah got a 27 on that knowledge dungeoneering.
25.
26.
So imagine over the course of like a half hour as you all are racking your big brainy brains, you're coming up with probably a laundry list of outsidery type, outer planes type, psychopompy type, and undead type beings that are absolutely capable of possession. But none of that feels quite right. And I think the closest thing that starts to jump up, it's been a hot sec since we've talked about them, but does the great race of Yith ring a distant back of the head bell?
Distant.
It does, but I can't remember it's because of this or because of Delta Green.
Oh, there we go. You know almost nothing about them except that they are an alien species whose thing is forcibly exchanging bodies with individuals of other species. Now, you don't really know enough about what exactly they do, but you're like, that is literally the thing that they do. So even if this isn't a situation of that, like if you could find some of them, this kind of mind swapping and body swapping and memory swapping is what they do.
I take a little umbrage with the word exchange since we're both in here. But
Yeah, it's weird. So, because like one piece of this feels very much like possession, except of course, why would she lose her memory? And then the other piece feels like exchange, but why isn't she the only one in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's going on is clearly outside of any creature that you're aware of. Although, if close to anything, the great race of Yith. I'll just say that.
Believed to have been
And if it was-
destroyed
yeah, if it was an
750
exchange.
million years ago.
If it was an exchange, then why wouldn't you...
Right.
Why wouldn't Anathema have, like, memory of when she's in that body?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe she does in that body. Whatever body that is that's out there, if there's another body.
It's great. So this probably eats up another chunk of time as you all are chewing on this. And after a few more hours, like we're around four hours in, the moon starts to finally feel like it's actually getting bigger and bigger and closer and closer. You can see vast mountains. You can see the wide open, pockmarked, pale gray plains. You can see colossal ruins of unusual size and shape crumbling to dust. You can see seas of pale white feathery fungus dotted with bulbous outgrowths like stone bubbles or boils, maybe houses. And at the edge of where the dark side of the moon begins on both sides, you can start to see the distant hints of vast moon beast metropoli,
Oh my God.
all lit with hellfire, horrifying and unwholesome, seeming to stretch for hundreds upon hundreds of miles. Thankfully, all seemingly located on the dark side of the moon. But
How do we keep ending up in the worst episode of Doctor Who ever made?
And what do two moon beasts need with a metropolis?
Multiple
you said there was
metropolises.
only two.
I said there was 2 at this one prison you're going to.
Well, I heard what I wanted to.
At this point, it would be clear to you, you're in for many more hours. Is there any activity you want to try to perform during this stretch of time? I mean, you have so little room, but if you got any ideas, throw them at me.
Vic would probably get out the sheafs of paper, his compiled notebook of his activities while he was staying with YK, and he would start to write out everything that's happened since.
Yes. All right, so Vic is journaling.
I think Grip would take some time to see if he recognizes any constellations or stars from his time on the boat.
Okay, I love this. I think this gets really uncomfortable really fast for him, Robert, because the stars from here, they don't look like distant pinpricks of light. They look like too close burning hot balls of entropy and flaming gas. And that moment when he was on the deck of the Starling and he sort of crumbled with Otha, like I think that whole feeling of like, oh shit, I'm so insignificant in the face of all this.
How do you spell abyss?
Yes. Yeah, they are. And it feels like the stars are too close to make coherent shapes out of them. There's both too many of them and they're too close.
As he's watching this, he just says, oh, for fuck's sake, y'all. I don't... If these things target someone's mind, I could be in trouble. And that scares me. I'm not going to lie.
Is there a way we can get YK out without engaging with the moon beasts?
We're just going to have to find out when we get there.
Well, our invisibility isn't going to be of any use.
Not against the moon beast, but we don't know if there's other jailers.
After a few more hours, it becomes perfectly clear where Verivas is heading in his sleepy, sort of somnambulant state. A very particular lake of Nepenthe, far distant from any ruin, thank goodness, any city, thank goodness, any dead god crumbling on the lunar wastes, any fungal farm, any obscene pyramid or grim phallic outcropping. The craters are growing clearer and larger. The distant mountains grow grimmer and larger. The slick, black, oily lake glistens and grows larger and larger. And finally, after 8 hours, you can see it clearly. This building that Dora briefly saw when she read Dagobotha's headband, which is this large, windowless building squatting near the edge of this black lake of Nepenthe, constructed of enormous, close-fitting blocks of the same pale gray stone that forms the moon's surface in all directions. It looks thick and smooth and greasy and wet, and the building has 2 bulbous humps, a shorter one near the front and a much larger one near the back. And there's one obvious entrance up front pointing towards the Lake of Nepenthe, which just looks like a toothy mouth.
I was just going to ask if this building is alive, isn't it?
It appears to be shaped like a creature, almost like an architectural homage to some sort of moon-based predator. And as Verivas gets down to the point where you can start to make these details out clearly, you see like he sort of shakes his head, and there's like a little hiccup in the flapping of his wings. As you can tell, he's sort of coming back to normal metabolism, and he like rears back and starts to slow his descent, which cants the whole group of you almost entirely backwards as he's slowing himself down. He circles around the outside of this giant lake of Nepenthe to a little paddock about a mile away from this structure made of pale gray wood. It seems about large enough to hold maybe 5 or 6 Shantoks. Nothing in it at present. And he boom, comes down to a landing there, and then there's just this big puff of moon dust. You are on the motherfucking moon.
So this is like the airfield for Castle Grayskull.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, exactly. So, as you look outside of the howdah, Verivas is now fully awake and looking around and kind of, casting his nervous gaze in all directions, and you can see his body go out. He's breathing. Whatever's going on out there with his metabolism, he seems to be exchanging oxygen the way you saw him do on the surface of the Dreamlands.
I'll peek my head out.
There is air to breathe. It is cold. The air feels real thin, but otherwise it seems breathable. Like whatever's out there, whatever gas is out there, it enters your mouth and goes through your lungs, and you are able to breathe it.
Yeah, seems like we can breathe.
Thanks for testing it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Dora recasts mage armor.
Yeah. Yeah. Were there any other hour per level spells? Because those would be gone at this point. Yeah. Probably not, right?
No.
You always want to do a jailbreak after you, use up the vast majority of your spells for a fight that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, there is nobody out here.
Is there? Does it seem like there's a place that we could?
No, there's
no
nothing
space.
but no, there is nothing but craterous moon in all directions, pale gray stone. But you're inside the howdah and it's comfortable.
I mean, there's no reason
we
for
should
us
just
not to
rest
just
here.
hang out. Yeah.
Barros,
Yes.
may we rest here?
Oh, how long are we staying?
Well, we have a job to do, but we're not very well equipped to do it just now, but we will be in about 16 hours.
Oh, it's doing that little tromping back and forth out of nervousness, which again, bigger than elephants. So stomp, stomp,
What's
stomp.
bothering you?
It's dangerous on the moon, and we're very exposed.
Do you know, is there anywhere we can go that would keep us hidden?
Where other things are probably hiding. Things much more dangerous than me.
So perhaps out in the open is actually the safest place, as we can see things coming.
Oh, I fear that you're correct.
You're a delight.
Verivas,
Yeah,
you've been here before to the moon?
I mean, it's been a while.
Didn't you bring YK here?
They flew the ship.
But you knew where to come here.
Well, they got me and my brothers. And we took them to the caravanserai. And then they did what they did. And then when they had your yellow friend, the man that's a pirate took a boat out of his pocket. And then they flew it up to the moon. But they were talking about where they were going, so I know what they were talking about.
There are no plot holes here.
Now, you would know, it's been a while since we talked Bloodwind stuff, but you know that the Bloodwind can't fly anywhere. It can only fly to the moon. So they couldn't fly the Bloodwind over the desert to get to the caravanserai. They had to have some way to get there. But once there, they could use that ship to go up.
So they no longer needed the Shantoks
Boom.
because they had the Bloodwind.
So you're going to stay overnight out here?
I mean,
I love it.
I mean, we don't have... I don't know how far you all are down, but I have
I'm about
2
half.
spells left.
I would need to meditate, but not necessarily rest overnight.
oh right. I need to sleep.
Those two
for-
need to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we're getting Dora's stuff back, and not necessarily Vix, but if we're getting Dora's stuff back for sure,
Barnabas.
and Barnabas, we're taking 16 hours.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean there isn't anything else we can do.
Correct.
If we can figure out a way to scout, I will use up my remaining dimension doors, flies. I mean, we can
100%.
Yeah, can do some reconnaissance in those 8 hours.
Could turn into a bird.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget my insect spies.
How far
mean-
can they go? We're like a mile from the.
Yeah, about a mile.
This is a long spell description. Let's see here.
Just skip most of it. It's probably not important. Is there any wildlife about that we can see?
No.
So If they were to turn into a bird, that would be like,
Especially
what
since
the fuck is
dabs,
that? Like everything.
dabs can only turn into a bird the same size as a halfling. I mean,
Yeah.
limited to medium and small size at this point, so it would be very obvious. But insect spies would not be too obvious. I think as I look at that, Paul,
Yeah.
I would say perhaps if you got yourselves closer, like more like a half mile out,
Okay.
I would, by looking at that duration, look how fast they go.
Yeah,
I think they could get there and back in, in
90
90 minutes. Yeah. They're pretty slow moving, but half a mile's not that far, especially in open terrain like this. And they are tiny, tiny little beetles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you summon the same exact kind of thing so Rob has to remember what voice he did last time.
I think they were doing this voice, weren't they? That's not that.
We love you.
We love you, Dabwick.
So we just need to get a little closer. Yeah.
Do you have any invisibility circle left? Or is that done for the day?
No, I have one. I can cast it on Dabs.
I mean, we would all want to go, right? We wouldn't want to just leave Dabs to go
Oh
on
yeah,
their own.
no, totally.
How long does it last for?
Not very long, 9 minutes.
How
But I have 3 more left.
Oh, so we could...
Plus all my 4th level spots that I have left. So
How many 4th level slots do you have?
4.
So, how about this? Visibility sphere of the gang. Use up 4 dimension doors to pop around it.
It's great. Yeah.
I think, so you could
Yeah, yeah.
easily go invisible and do a circuit of the entire structure. I could take you to the map. You can get a sense of the size and the shape of the place. Dabwick's insect spies could go in, and if they don't get caught and killed, report back.
Yep.
All the while you're invisible.
Yep.
Okay, so Polly, this spell is the one where it goes in, it looks around, and you can talk with it about what it's observed, right?
Yeah. So I maintain a faint mystical connection with my insects, which allows me to sense where they are. As a full round action, I can concentrate on the spell in order to learn the direction and relative distance of each insect.
But you can't see what they see or talk to them from a distance. You have to wait for them to come back.
Right.
Great. It can relate only what it has perceived with its senses, can't repeat speech, has difficulty making subjective judgments. But this one is... this is the spell. Okay, so they are aware of other beings.
Yes.
Okay, right. This is the higher level one.
This is slightly higher level than the one we last saw.
Okay, fun. All right, so you trudge across the barren wastes, kicking up little clouds of moon dust.
Oh, wait. I just have to ask, what does the world of the Dreamlands look like from the moon? Does it look like a planet, or does it look like something else?
It looks like a map hovering in the sky above you.
Yes.
Nice.
That is what I was hoping you would say.
You know
If
that...
you told me that there were turtles underneath, it would only make it better.
Let me show you. Where is this?
Been Discworld all along.
It looks like this beautiful map of the Dreamlands that I pulled from the internet. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense to. I think it really especially breaks Dora's brain because she's sitting on so much back of the head team of knowledge about what planets are and the physics between bodies
So
and
this
space.
two-dimensional
And it's just
thing
like,
is like-
this two-dimensional thing floating in the air above this thing. It really is. It is very upsetting to her sense of how the universe functions. And then Dabwick summons is it a number of beetles?
1 insect spy per 4, so 2.
2 beetles.
All right, Dabs, we're on our way.
And then let me take you to a map of the lunar prison, and we'll walk around the outside of this structure as you invisibly dimension door to get a view of each face of it from the low hills that look down upon it. All right, why don't you go ahead and take a walk around this map, and I'll help parse for you what you're seeing. If we start on the front, which is on the east side of this map, right where I'm pinging right here, this is where there is indeed a narrow, close together portcullis system of some sort of a very, very hard-looking kind of white metal. Otherwise, it's about a 15-foot wide passageway that leads into this structure about 30 feet. The north and south, like the left and right side of this hallway as you go in past the portcullis, there's a whole bunch of murder holes before you get to sealed and probably locked and barred doors. It's obviously a death trap kind of chamber inside of there. Right next to this portcullis entrance into the prison, there is this guardhouse structure I'm pinging over right here, which is about 15 feet by 15 feet with small windows on the north, east, and south sides that Dabwick could squeeze through comfortably. The rest of you would have to take some time and really kind of make yourself vulnerable, but you could get through them. On the north side of the building, there is a maybe 5 foot tall. Yeah, it's a little squat. Almost looks like a service door. It is made of metal. It's in this little out jut. It looks like it goes into the north side of the building there. Otherwise, as you walk around, there are no windows, no doors anywhere. The stone of the walls seems to be quite obviously, and I would say you can get a sense of this from the front. The walls here are over 5 feet thick. This is a bunker. And when we talk about size, it looks like it is about 165 feet east to west and 75, 80 feet north-south, so rectangular and long. And then the front third of the facility has a second floor. So this seems to be as wide as the first floor is, so it's probably around 75 feet wide or so, and maybe about 30 or 40 feet deep. Mm-hmm. And then the back half of the facility has a second floor, and the back third of the facility has a third floor. Can you picture that? Mm-hmm. So little second floor on the front, big second floor in the back half, and then a small third floor in the back half as well. None of those upper levels have any windows or means of entrance or egress at all.
And this little jetty area to the south, that's
unknown. There is a very large, 15 by 15 foot wide. It seems almost structural, doesn't it? It's holding something up, or it is containing something large, kind of sort of bulbously sticking out of the bottom of it. And picture all of these, there's no hard edges, so everything is curved and rounded and smooth. And the stone, it's greasy, like it's wet and dripping with a kind of a sludge. It's so disgusting.
What's with everything being greasy?
I know.
That little jut to the south.
Yes.
Does it only have the first floor, or does it have part of the second floor or third floor?
Oh, great question. It only has the first floor.
Okay.
Oh, everyone give me a perception check. What do we got?
Grip got a natural 20
Hey-o.
for a 31.
Dang.
Oh.
And Barnabas, what did Barney get? Also a 21 for him.
Okay. And Dabs?
Dabwick also got a natural 20 for a 38.
Vic?
16.
And Dora?
Dora rolled a 5 for a whopping 20.
Dabwick and Grip do catch a weird glint of something metallic down by the Lake of Nepenthe, which is, about 500 feet away from the prison at that point, which certainly would bear some investigation.
Like a pipe?
Exactly like a pipe.
Oh.
There is...
We're going to Shawshank Redemption this in reverse.
There is about a 4 foot wide sewage draining pipe. It's got just a foot or so sticking out of the moonstone to trail sewage down into the Lake of Nepenthe. Looks like it would be about a 500-foot crawl through alien shit if you wanted to attempt to use that means.
Have to fight a shit golem while we're in there.
Shit golem!
Is it grip sized?
He can squeeze through it.
Squeeze?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're going to get it on you.
So that is one potential other way in there. So that's what you see. Now, why don't you go ahead and make a stealth check for your beetles, Polly?
Say 31.
They do not return.
Son of a buck.
So you said you're aware of their distance from you? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I will say this. I think, and you can probably, you can time the dimension dooring out as kind of when you'd expect the beetles to sort of be getting there, so you sort of have an eye on what's happening, right? So you invisibly zoom, pop into place. You're eyeing out the front. Grib is taking a look at that little out jut there, and then zoom, you pop up to the north. The beetles were kind of hitting the end of the front murder hall, and then you ceased to be aware of them. Yeah.
Just in case it comes up, we couldn't have all gone on the dimension door, I don't think. If I need to use them all to get us, I don't think I can take that many people, Cap.
One person per 3 levels?
Right?
Oh, no, it isn't. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of...
But we have Barnabas now.
Did Barnabas just stay back with...
He could have just stayed back with
Okay.
Varivus.
Just so everyone's aware of this, Robert and I have talked a little bit about, like, even though Barnabas is the appropriate level, as you all know when you're playing your backup buddies, the gear is lower, so he is squishy as fuck. So it's great that he's a bard character, so he can do a lot of support from a distance, but he's
not going to be doing a lot of front lining.
So this little scouting venture has Barnabas staying behind because Dora can now take 3 folks with her. And that's what you pick up here. And then the plan is to hang out in the howdah and sleep overnight.
On the moon.
It's a sleepover on the moon! Oh, you have to make sure to tell Maeve when you get back. When, story-wise, help me figure this out.
Yeah.
When does nightfall happen on this moon?
What
The
is
dream
the...
moon?
But what is
the idea behind the timing of meditation
it is when
that is inherent to the being able to replenish your spells? Like, what is it?
It is the end of one cycle as the sun disappears from view.
Does it have an apex and an apogee? Like, is there the furthest that it gets before it gets
Or is it
closer again?
And this particular moon, because it's tidally locked to a 2-dimensional surface, like what even is the fucking sun anyways? So I think it's probably when Dabwick's body, at a certain point, Dabwick's body is just like, whoa, down there, they are experiencing the beginning of night. And you're again, like you experienced in the Enchanted Wood, having that feeling of, I don't feel nature.
Right.
But something in my body is screaming out that the day is dying. It feels like time to pray to something I can't even touch here. It's so disconcerting and alienating. I love it. All right, so Dab's able to recover spells, and then you are not molested over the course of this period of resting, but you do have a period of dreaming without Jamandor in your mind, which is, something these other folks have fitfully had. But for Barnabas, this is the first time in decades not experiencing that. And knowing that what drove him to throw himself down that set of stairs is, this driving need to get this thing out of him somehow. It has to be a massive relief.
Yeah, I mean, an actual night of sleep.
Yeah. That feeling of nothing growing inside of you, nothing steering your dreams, not being forced to see something you don't want to see. Oh, God. Barnabas has been in this for so long. Not feeling like your simple existence contributes to the growth of a great old one. The fact that you continue to live means you're feeding it. And this one blessed night of relief from that feeling is granted to Barnabas, who maybe has the most comfortable night's sleep out of all of you in this weirdness.
I think so.
After 8 awkward hours of sleeping in the howdah, which is comfortable but, not designed for sleep, we do all indeed rest and recover. Grip will heal those last couple of hit points up that he was still down. Everybody's got their spells back. Are you all prepped there, Polly, from yesterday?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make one quick decision here,
Great.
but I can...
Dora gets up and casts mage armor.
Yes. Let it not be said that I forgot.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I know, this is really bad.
So, we've got front door, we've got sewer tunnel, and we've got dimension door to random spot inside. What's it going to be?
Or the side door.
Or the north
Side
door.
door. Right.
Or
I've got the side door.
we could dimension door down the tunnel. But then again, no Barnabas, so like we gotta...
I mean, again, do we think that we want to bring Barnabas with us, or do we want to have Barnabas hang out and be like, okay, when shit starts to go bad, that's the time to get Varivas up, come, land, and then take off. Because we don't want to have to run from the prison to Varivas.
If we can do it in 90 minutes, we can telepathic bond with Barnabas. So we can send a signal.
That seems like a good idea.
Wow. He speaks Aklo, right?
He does?
Great. So, yes, so the telepathic bond could allow you to communicate over any distance with him. He can speak with Varivas. He can be a mile away and bring the dragon to your rescue if need be.
I mean, that seems like a good plan to me, to have like a quick escape.
Yeah,
We don't want to. Because we don't have to beat everybody in here.
We just have to get
We
to
just
the
have
roof
to
to get outside.
We just have to get YK and get out.
That's true.
So
The goal is not to beat up everything in this place. The goal is to prison break YK and get out.
So if I saved 4 dimension doors and we found YK, if we had 24 seconds,
Oh, yeah.
I could get some of us out, come back, get the rest.
That's assuming that we can actually teleport in and out of this place.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Because there's a good
It's-
chance that
yes.
that it wouldn't let us do that, which we wouldn't know until we got there.
You tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that we go in through this tunnel,
Yeah, I agree.
and then we either try to teleport out. If that doesn't work, all these fireballs going off in there is going to cause a lot of confusion. We try to blast our way out the front door.
Or the side door.
Or the side
I don't
door.
love the murder tunnel aspect. I'm
Yeah,
sure there's 50
yeah.
traps in there.
You make a good point.
Except for the one the insect scouts already set off.
Although, actually, what would a fireball do to just a wall, a 5-foot thick stone wall?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
All right.
No, I think that's a good plan.
Many adventurers have dreamed.
Oh my god, so are we crawling through alien shit?
I mean, that seems like the best
Dora
idea.
finds a scarf and covers her mouth.
Yes! Oh, the indignity of it is so delicious. So,
Well, I hope YK appreciates it.
so you can only fit a 1x1, and Grip is painfully squeezed because it's just like his body is so big. What is the order that we go into this tunnel?
I go first.
I like the idea of you being the first person to peek out because you have a better chance of being a little stealthy.
Yeah.
So should I be last? And Grips.
I kind of think so.
I
mean,
don't like that.
Because then it goes through me, and then Grip, and then Dabs, and then you.
Vic, Grip, Dabs, Dora.
Yeah.
This tube sticks out in the air over the Nepenthe, and from what little you know about this shit, the last thing in the world you want is any piece of you to touch the Nepenthe. So you're having
So you
to
have to, like, climb up on the pipe and then go like
lower yourself,
Spider-Man.
yes,
down.
yes, into the filth while it's slippery and gross and covered in alien feces. It is so disgusting. Hands and knees through the filth as you make your way about 500 feet of this. There is never at any point any light. So I know 2 of you aren't born with dark vision. What are you going to do about light?
Dabwick will change form into a Gripply-like creature
Nice.
so that they can see in the dark.
And I've got dark vision.
You're using a dark vision extract? All right. So after about 500 feet of crawling through the sludge, you're like, oh, we must be at the edge of the building now, but the tunnel just keeps going. It's about
Yeah,
another...
because the privy isn't like right at the edge of the building.
Exactly. About another 50 feet or so before Vic, you catch sight up ahead, not of any light, but you can see where this tunnel ends. It ends, which is probably at the exact far end, the absolute opposite end of this building. But it's about 60 feet away from you, and you can see that there's some sort of grate up top, but from this angle you can't quite make it up. Do you want to proceed by yourself, or you want to move up as a group?
I will proceed by myself. I have a couple longer-term buffs that I'm going to go ahead and take.
Perfect.
Tears to Wine,
Yep.
which is 10 minutes per level. I'm also going to take Heightened Awareness.
What's that one do?
You entered a heightened state of awareness that allows you to notice more about your surroundings and recall information effortlessly.
Oh, uncomfortable in a sewer tunnel.
You gain a +2 competence bonus on perception checks and on all knowledge checks that you are trained in.
Nice.
If this spell is active when you have to make an initiative check, you can instantly dismiss this spell and gain a +4 bonus on that check.
I remember that one. It's a good spell.
Yeah. I've not done it before, but I'm like, this seems like a pretty good time to probably do this.
You're going to stealth up through the sludge?
Yep. As I'm coming up, I'm also going to go ahead and pop one of my shields as well.
Great.
Perception is 25, 29, checking for traps. And stealth is... Ooh, nice. 28.
Before you reach the end of the tunnel, you do start to pick up the distant sound of what it sounds like metal scraping on metal, and then occasionally a whack and a pound of some sort of metal hitting metal, with some sporadic grunts of exertion from what sounds
Like a machine shop for like prisoners doing grunt work?
No, this sounds like one piece of metal scraping against one piece of metal, occasionally that one piece of metal hitting one piece of metal, and a woman grunting with exertion. A very isolated situation, what's ever happening.
Oh, so maybe something that's broken that someone is working on?
Possibly,
Okay.
but you don't hear the sound of tools or multiple implements or any you don't get no sense of a shop. You're hearing one piece of metal hitting another piece of metal.
Like an anvil?
No.
Or is like a scrapey going on?
It's a little scrapier than that.
Does it sound like it is somebody trying to do a prison break, or is it loud? Is it someone trying to hide the sound? Do you know what I mean?
The scrapey sounds could possibly be somebody trying to do something quietly, but the grunts sound a little desperate and frustrated.
Maybe it's somebody trying to break their chains.
And then you can tell that up ahead, this tunnel is going to end at a flat wall with a grate overhead that looks to be made of inch-thick bars in a crosshatch, and there's about 3-inch holes between the crosshatches of this grate. Getting a little bit closer, you can see that this grate is set inside the stone floor. There is no means of opening it. There's no hatch. And then when you get down there, you looking up, you see it's like a semicircular shaped grate, 3 feet wide. And then you see up to what looks like about a 15-foot tall ceiling. Whatever this room is that's directly above this shithole has no light in it. But you're obviously in the same open space as whoever's making this sound.
Okay.
And the grate is the only exit from the
Correct.
tunnel?
Yes.
And looking at this, there's
Yeah.
no obvious way that it opens, or it's like pushed into the floor.
Correct. There is
Okay.
no way to open it.
The Rod of Lordly Might has a function where it says the latter function can be used to force open doors. The wielder plants the rod's base 30 feet or less from the portal to be forced, and in line with it, then pushes button 4. The force exerted has a strength modifier of +12. Would this be the sort of thing that would be allowed against this grate?
100%.
Nice.
You could set the rod
That's what I
down
would do.
below that grate, press the button, bang! bam! And then hopefully it would just explode through the metal and stone. Yeah.
And then we go up, 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 up.
How high is the ceiling?
15 feet above the floor.
I mean, it's going to give up any...
I literally have silence,
Oh, right. But still, like...
but that's the robes for the day.
Right.
It is an interesting use of the robes, though.
I mean, it's a good use of the robes.
Yeah.
And I don't see any other way to get through this grate unless we all have gaseous form.
Well, we could dimension door to the other side of it.
Quick question. I don't remember. Did I use the oil of silence on Vanity when we had the fight with the Langs?
I don't believe so. I don't think there was
Okay.
time.
I don't think so yet.
I wanted to make sure because I didn't have it marked down, and I've been trying to mark stuff as I've been using it like that.
I think you're good.
Then I would also apply that oil so that it was ready to go, and basically then think the thoughts to everybody of like, okay, get ready to buff yourself.
Maybe we
Do you
should
want to silence
try
this
to talk to her.
after we explode up through this?
We could also dimension door on the other side of the grate.
That's true, but this is going to be the easiest way to break this thing if we want to actually be able to use this as another means of escape.
Yeah, if this works, that grate will be toast. Like, it's not going to make just a little hole in it. It would rip it out.
Yeah. What does everybody think? Do we want to bust it open, or do we want to try to teleport in?
I do like that the ladder leaves the grate open.
Yes.
And then nobody is dependent on being teleported in or out.
Understood, yeah.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
just go.
Let's use the rod of lordly might, y'all.
To climb out of the sewer.
to
Do we
climb
want?
out of
Do
the
we want
sewer.
to silence it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Or-
I don't want to bring everything in this place to the grate.
Well, I mean, I guess my question is there's already lots of bangs and stuff like that. So my question is, do we think that this would be a noise that would be much louder than the bangs and thuds and things that are going on? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the
Okay.
grate getting shattered would. Probably.
Okay. All right.
Let's do it.
All right.
Great.
So, are you going to cast silence on a point in space, or are you going to cast silence on the rod itself so that it will stay silenced for a while?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Because that's a good idea that I didn't have.
Oh, I'm sorry to feed you.
Thank you, pal.
Yeah.
I am here to be a pal.
And then once it goes into once it goes into an interdimensional bag, then the silence would go away if we didn't want it to be there.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So, Dora uses her robes. The sigils flash. She casts silence on the Rod of Lordly Might, hands it up through the shit and filth to Vic, who places it on the ground directly below the metal grate. Give me that strength check to see if you can beat this break DC.
Before we do that, any other things that anybody wants to like buff themselves with, this is the time to do it. So I am going to buff myself with gravity gun.
Featherstep mass.
Oh, nice.
nice.
Great. Everybody notate that for yourselves.
That's the no difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Oh, so silence is rounds.
Okay.
9 rounds.
Great. All right, roll it up, Johnny.
All right.
What is the bonus that it provides?
Plus 12. Which
Okay.
is pretty high. All right, here we go. Come on. That's a 29, and I'm going to go ahead and spend an action point because this seems like a good time to do that.
Amazing.
A 5 and a 1, so that is a 34.
Vic presses the button. Time slows as you all watch. The body of the Rod of Lordly Might begins to extend, slams upward, boom! With no sound, rips the entire grate out of the stone, and then slams all the way up into the ceiling, 20 feet above where you're at, as little legs pop out, turning this thing into a ladder. You have gained access to the lunar prison. We will pick up next time. That's the end of chapter 148. Fantastic. That is such a prison breaking way to
Wow.
keep this up.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Dark Nexus is produced by Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's Paizo.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Syrinscape. Check them out at syrinscape.com. That's syrinscape.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Derek, Darren, Michaela, JH, the Biscuit Buddies, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration. I can take a knowledge of what?
That planes?
I'll let you know in a second.
No, I want to know now.
Oh my fucking god.
Arcana, history, or planes?
We're engineering.
Religion, local,
Nature.
engineering.
Tell us what it is.
This is so helpful, you guys.